Ready for the show? I'm ready to start.
10, 9, ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Roger, we got a roll for
Tower cleared.
Roger, roll.
First time on Earth, there is a technological intelligence reaching for the stars.
Ease yourself back into consciousness, back into consciousness.
Well, greetings my friends from all over the world. Welcome to Finding Voices Radio, where we are all connected, and to my program ET First Contact, that brings you the latest galactic news. It is another beautiful Monday evening here in the Netherlands, and I have ready my friend David Boyle. And we are doing a series, and this is the 7th out of I don't know how many. But David, I want to welcome you back. Last week there was no broadcast because I was at my parents-in-law. But now we are here again together with all the wonderful listeners from all over the world. And David, we are going to share some amazing information tonight.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Good evening, listeners. Lovely to speak to you all again. It's an honour to share information and knowledge with you.
It truly is, David. And as we spoke just before we went live, we promised each other that we would start with the wake-up call from Saint Germain. That was coming through Nancy Tate on July the 16th. So we will start with this hot breaking news.
Excellent.
Alright, so here is Saint Germain through Nancy Tate. Today I would like to bring you an update on what is taking place in the money field. There is much distribution being set into place that will swim around the world and disrupt many trials of error that have been taking place. When I speak of trials of error, I am addressing the means by which the monies have been distributed and shared over the years. This has been a game that many of the underground workers have been playing. Now they are finding that there are no longer any funds coming their way. Those funds are now taking a secret passageway that will come into the open for all the world to see and experience. That's beautiful.
At last.
At last. As this takes place, it will not be obvious. It will be obvious that those who are in the know about the situation and how it has been being addressed, they are the ones who have been staying informed as to the upheavals taking place in the money system and how it is all turning around. Those who have not been informed will very soon know what has been taking place around the world. They will be informed as to the truth not only of the money issues but also of the various other issues that have kept humanity in bondage for so long. You will all see the changes taking place in front of your eyes and around the world. You all will see that there is a new world governance, religion, educational system, etc., as all of these aspects of human life take on their new changes. Some will even say goodbye to those who thought that they represented the best that could be in the energy of what they were told. They will realize that they have been kept in the dark about the truth of the lies that they have been conditioned to believe and support. My dear ones, this is all going to enlighten the world. As it comes to reality that is actually now in the works, it will answer many questions and even raise a few more as to what has been going on in this world. Many people will have questions that will be answered not only by those bringing the changes, but by being able to look around and see the truth unfold in front of them. I am Saint Germain, my dear ones, and I have come this day to bring you up to date on the changes that are about to become evident to all of you. They will resound through many of you, and even some of you will realize it is time to take your places in the wheel of distribution and use of the funds that have been promised. You will see that even though it has seemed a long time for them to come forward, when you look at how long this has been taking place to inspire the change, then you will realize that it is but a breath of truth that is being sent forth by those who are behind the scenes in action to come forth and be seen in what they are doing for mankind and all life on this wondrous planet. I am walking with you and lending my energy in ways that I will be able to bring forth to you as I walk with you on the land and in the various places where I have been taking trips incognito for some time. I will be able to come forth and share with you what has been taking place behind the trees, bushes and the mountains that have been set into place for so long. They will all be as they were meant to be, and will have a new way for expression that will raise your awareness in ways that will bring a new sense of peaceful purpose to your hearts and lives. I go now and set my pace in a dance mode, for I love you all, and I look forward to the day when I can come forth and dance with you all this new land of peace, joy and love. It is you and all of us who have been looking forward to that day of freedom and bliss that is right there on the horizon. Love to you all, in peace and joy. Thank you so much, Saint Germain. Much love, Nancy Tate. And of course, David Boyle and Martin Horst.
Wonderful.
Yes, now David, do you want to comment on this message?
The comment that I will say, it's wonderful to hear the news. I look forward to seeing Saint Germain walking amongst us and being part of us and sharing his peace and joy with us. I look forward to dancing in the street with everybody when the reality of the truth is shown to everyone and we all become totally aware of what's been going on. Wonderful. I look forward so much to it. I look forward to dancing in the streets with everybody and hope that we can all do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, David, and I must tell you, David, it's a side comment that we are now in the 7th broadcast, and 7 is a special, actually the 8th broadcast, because I did an interview with you about Putin and the Kremlin, the first interview. However, I was thinking about you and me, and why we haven't done radio shows before. But I think that you and me are now preparing the world for disclosure. And not only this, I think that we have worked together before in other lifetimes. And
I feel we have as well.
yes, and I feel that your universal knowledge, because you have the exhibition of the universe in Blackpool, and
That's correct. I've spent my whole life working and making a picture as a book. So the complete workings of the universe are now displayed visually. So we can show you and take you through and explain every aspect of creation. From the very beginning, the first origins of creation, right through to today's levels, with all the involvement, interlinking, showing you who's taken over, who's run what the situation is regarding the other planets in this solar system, how we fit into the entire universe, all fully explained and all visually prepared so you can walk around and see it as a picture. We have 16 videos and DVDs running, which shows you each aspect explaining in great detail. And to match it all, we go through the 7 steps of activation, the 7 initiations linked to the 7 chakras, the 7 colors of light, and the 7 listings of vibration, or 7 initiations, allowing us to communicate ourselves, to draw our bodies in alignment, to we're all one, to join the complete consciousness of all that is. At the completion of the 7 steps to activate your mind, our full consciousness should return to us, where our memories of our past lives and all the promised gifts of the reality of the future golden age should manifest, which is what we've worked at. To do that, we've worked and done on the 7 steps, the 7 levels of activation of the initiation of each of the 7 lower bodies. When you break the understanding of mind, body and spirit into 12 sections, you find that 2/3 of them, the lower part, is the colours of the chakras, which make up the 4 lower, which make the 4 physical bodies, which are created by the 4 elements of earth, fire, air and water, physical, etheric, astral and mental. These are the 4 components operated by the 4 lower chakras that produce your physical body, which house the personality. The personality is in the 5th dimension. It's above the range of our eyes and ears, and it is the orb within the aspect of us. So our creation, our consciousness, is within ourselves. And once we raise our vibrations, we start to see through the veil into the other dimensions of existence, and we become part of all that is. This is something as we need to evolve into the 5th dimension. The whole of the universe is here to help the earth raise her vibrations so we lift into the 5th dimension. The initial plan was that everybody would raise together and go into the higher dimension. To be able to do that, we have to put a state of ecstasy across the entire planet, which is why the RV is in operation. The distribution of funds, which will come in our message there from Saint Germain, will now be distributed to the ordinary people, rather than the underground workers that have been manipulating it for the cabals and the bankers. Now these funds are going to be made available to light workers who have projects for the benefit of the earth and everybody on it. And this money will become available. This will raise everybody's vibration, and soon will lift the entire planet. And as we all celebrate and dance in the streets, we will raise our vibrations and go into the 5th dimension. We all look forward to that, because when we go into the 5th dimension, we will take our bodies with us, and we will leave behind all the implants, all the poisons, all the chemicals that's within us as we ascend vibrationally into the next dimension. So you've got the basic picture there, which is quite a surprise. You now have a nice message from the Galactic Federation, I believe. You're going to read that for us, Martin?
Yes, David. As I was saying, what you now just explained, that we'll go to the 5th dimension, I believe that is the reason we are working together now in this time, David.
Probably. I really hope so, and I really intend to be it that way.
Yes. So here is a message from Mira from the Pleiadian High Council. through Valerie Donner on July the 10th, 2015. And I will put some music in the background that will raise our vibration. Greetings, I am Mira. I'm pleased to speak with you today. We have been very busy monitoring the affairs of the planet and space. There is too much that I cannot reveal because it would be unsafe and unwise. I will tell you that we continue to need the assistance sorry for that. People should know that I'm in the broadcast now. Okay. I will start again, David.
Yes, please do.
Greetings, I am Mira. I am pleased to speak with you today. I will put my phone in airplane mode. We have been very busy monitoring the affairs of the planet and space. There is too much that I cannot reveal because it would be unsafe and unwise. I will tell you that we continue to need the assistance of the ground crew. We need constant vigilance and answers. We need you to continue to play it straight and keep your vibrations rising. Soon, new revelations will be coming forth. Profound intervention from all parties involved with the well-being of Earth is converging into their direct roles and action. This is a time of the expansion of our duties. We are going to become what you call more hands-on. The planet is in a precarious place. Her well-being is threatened from the damage and human destruction. She has given freely to life on the planet. Look at what is happening to your oceans, your food, your health, weather, etc. These are responses to the state of imbalance, greedy ones and self-serving beings. We need to clean up the Earth. Your space family is working behind the scenes to prevent disastrous harm with long-term effects. There is much to be cleared and cleansed. We are constantly adding to our fleets. We are even creating new technologies for removing contaminants and pollutants such as we have not seen before. These are active trying times for those of you who inhabit the Earth. The chaos is necessary in order to bring balance. You are protected, loved and encouraged beyond measure. Each one of you is precious to the Creator and to us. We rely on your abilities and soon you will know firsthand. We are experts in the ascension process. You are the brightest of the bright. You were chosen to be here now. So we want you to stay motivated and not give up. We tap into how you are doing and we see that some of you have been thinking of throwing in the towel. I like of your expressions. If you pick yourselves up, dry yourselves off and keep on keeping on, you won't regret it. Please understand that your consciousness and vibrations matter. What you are experiencing now is part of the ascension process. What happened on your planet was carried far too long. The suffering of life on the Earth is beyond description. This is a big project and we are in the throes of it. Stay grounded. Elevate your thoughts. Release fear. Live in love and service. Know this will be fruitful. You will be living in the fifth dimension and higher before you know it. I am Mira from the Pleiadian High Council in loving service to the Earth and to you. I think that was a beautiful message, David.
That was a wonderful message. It's full of love and light, and obviously from what she was saying, she can't give us every bit of information, but all we get in there is encouragement. I have met several people who have been trying and been light workers for a long time, who have say that they're now so tired and so, dejected at non-arrival of the promises of some of the higher councils. Yet I keep telling them, just look around and see the changes that's going on. Everything is now in a state of motion. Everything is moving. At the highest levels, the finance being explained by Saint Germain is showing now across the ranges in the higher levels. So the higher banks are now distributing the wealth, the money. It's going to be more evenly spread.
Yes.
It's just a case of holding on.
Indeed.
Just hanging on a bit longer. Be positive. Be sure that you're in the right. When you're fighting for the benefit of all, you're living as a true creation force. When you're thinking only of me, myself, and I, that's when we become the devilish aspect of life. So no longer go into the fitness of depression. Depression is a negative element which destroys all forms of life. So lift up out of the depression. When you look around you, everybody should realize, every morning I look in the mirror, and everything I've got down the front of me, I've got one of. On each side, I've got two of, and everything is working. I have money in the bank, a little tiny bit, as long as a fraction more is coming in than going out, wonderful. I've got food on the planet. I've got enough food to feed any guests that come to see me. I've also got a wonderful house and a perfect partner. I have better than 85% of the world's population. We all have problems. We all have, challenges to overcome. Each time we overcome a challenge, it makes us stronger as individuals. And it's a wonderful aspect to be alive now. Now is the most advanced time for all of us to evolve our individual consciousnesses, our personality. We can advance more right now on the planet than at any other time. So that's why we all fought to be here. Make no mistake that the people that turned up in the bodies that's here now incarnate is only a small fraction of those that wish to be here. And of course, we are very lucky to be in the position to experience the wonderful changes as we make communication with our higher selves. Now, we are going to go on at the end and speak about the latest newsletter from Catherine May. Many people keep asking me why I keep referring to Catherine May and the Mother, Father, God aspects. I'd like to make this comment. Many, many years ago, I put together, obviously guided by my higher self, my inner self, in a far form of memory and other information, a Godhead board, which we now show in our book Step 6. That Godhead board is the spiritual hierarchy guiding this solar system. And it's there in perfect detail for everybody. And it shows the 7 rays of light, the 7 levels of activation. It shows you the total number of dimensions and how each one interlinks with the growth of the DNA strands as we each raise our vibrations and master each one of the meanings of our chakras. So as we ascend and rise our consciousness, there are 3 passageways to move. There's a negative pathway, a positive pathway, and the balance. We are the balance. We should be traveling the center pathway. As we raise our vibrations from our root chakra to our crown chakra. And this central pathway is known as Jacob's ladder and interlinks to us falling this level. So, I have recently been absolutely stunned to look at Catherine May's work and Hollow Earth Network to find that they are now channeling all the beings that we listed on the boards many, many years ago. Now, the Ascended Masters, who are the guidance for this solar system within the universe. And it's an absolute delight to have cross-referenced what we produced a long, long time ago. So, we understand this. Now, I've also mentioned this before. I asked, having spoken to many people, I asked the universe, why do we live on such a planet? Why is there so many evils, so much destruction, so many alterations? I got an answer, and this was the answer. I received, obviously, from Prime Source Creation, it said, as God, how can I allow you to enter mine other universes, which have been created in harmony and balance by advanced, wonderful beings who live and according to the universal laws of balance and harmony? How can I allow you, as babes, untested and untried, to interfere and enter these universes and create havoc? Stunning answer. 3 days later, a lady walks in through the door and hands me a sheet of paper, and she says, I believe this is for you. And it was basically written down on that piece of paper, the same words. So the comment that comes now, we are here to understand ourselves. We're here to be in control of ourselves. We're here to join the universal aspects of all of creation. However, we have to understand basic realities. We have to understand the laws of the universe. And we also have to understand how to live in harmony and balance with every single thing else that exists in the universe. So I'd like to read now some of the laws of the universe which are in Step 3 book. Now, I'm not going to dwell too heavily on it. I'm going to read one or two aspects which I think are quite stunning. But it starts off like this. The laws of the universe. To have love and respect for all creation, no matter how small or insignificant. To be able to see the beauty in all things. To do to others as we would be done by. For we are all equal in the eyes of the Creator of all that is. So love creation, or all that is, or the force of creation, or God. Just to make sure we've added comments. Common sense. This section contains many laws, rules, or regulations. We have been inundated with laws of all types, religious, governmental, societal, and family, and a never-ending supply of new ones since we joined the European Union. Some have been designed for our benefit and to guide us in society through life. Some of these are fair to all. Many of these laws are for the benefit of the lawmakers. Some are meant to control us and take away our sovereignty and freedom. Below are some common laws. If we all abided by them, everybody and everything would evolve in balance and harmony. Some are channeled from the Galactic Federation of Light. Others are from spiritually orientated people. Time this time around. 2. You will learn lessons. You are enrolled in the full-time informal school called Life. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn lessons. You may like these lessons or think them irrelevant or stupid. 3. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of trial, error, and experimentation. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ultimately works. 4. A lesson is repeated until it is learned. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learnt it. When you have learnt it, you can then go on to the next lesson. 5. Learning the lessons does not end. There is no part of life that does not contain lessons. If you are alive, there are still lessons to be learned. There is not better than here. When there has become here, you will simply obtain another there that will look better than here. Others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot hate or love something about another person. unless it reflects to you something you love or hate about yourself. 8. What you make out of life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. What will you do with them is up to you. 9. Your answers lie inside you. The answers to life's questions lie inside you. All you need to do is look, listen, and trust. 10. You will forget all of this. All perfectly accurate. A lesson is repeated until it is learned. Please watch the film Groundhog Day, where you see a guy is born again every single day for a great period of time, and then when he finally starts doing everything right, he moves on to the next day. So now we'll read through the laws of the universe that apply to everybody. The law of relativity. The law of relativity deals with the ways in which we manage our thoughts as we face our problems and our tests of initiation. We may respond to these tests with self-pity, or we may look for the learning opportunities they bring. 1. Each of us is provided with tests of initiation to determine whether we have mastered lessons or spiritual growth. 2. Our response to these tests may be judgmental, in that we compare ourselves with others, or they may be positive, in that we respond to the problems with mastery. 3. Our ability to respond positively requires that our hearts be connected to the spirit of the laws, and that we use tests to advance on spiritual paths. The law of cause and effect. The universal law of cause and effect states that for every effect there is a definitive cause. Likewise, for every cause there is an effect. Our thoughts, words and deeds create specific effects that manifest and create life as we know it. If we are not satisfied with the effects we have created, then we must change the causes that created them. There is no such thing as coincidence, for every single thing is created. We are responsible for our actions. If we make the right decisions and take the correct actions, we will achieve our goals. We can learn to identify the events in our lives that are the results of current behaviors. As we begin to achieve a higher level of consciousness in our lives, we are provided with lessons and experiences that enhance our spiritual growth and move us towards mastery. We gain control over our lives by avoiding extreme behaviors of negative and positive, traveling the central road, developing a strong will and staying balanced, calm and peaceful at all times. Our individual thoughts contain the origins of the causes we create within our reality. These causes create effects which we experience in our lives as manifested life circumstances. Our thoughts give meaning to our experiences of reality. Thus, each individual holds a different perspective of the world around us. Everything we experience, we have created. The words of the Lord's Prayer have particular significance. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. This now leads us to the law of karma. The law of karma. Everything is energy, including our thoughts, words and deeds. Like electricity in a battery, everything we give out has to return to its origin in the cycle. So what we do to others in this lifetime will be done back to us. If not in this lifetime, then in the next. The best way to work out our karma is to be as thoughtful and kind to others and as pleasant, loving and pure in heart and spirit as possible. This is very difficult, but not impossible, under conditions now prevailing on the earth. Every wicked, destructive thought, word or deed results in punishments of one kind or another, which can carry on from lifetime to lifetime. For we all live many lives. So remember, do unto others as you would be done by. The law of vibration. Everything in the universe is in motion. Energy is never at rest. It is constantly in action, creating various effects. The differences between matter and energy are explained by the differences in their vibratory motions. Light, heat, magnetism, electricity, and sounds are forms of vibratory motion, as are trees, desks, flowers, and animals. Everything in the universe is in motion, and objects and entities vibrate on a continuum. Our thoughts, emotions, desires, and wills give off vibrations which affect us and those around us. Higher powers, consciousness, and understanding reside in the higher vibrations. When humans embrace a higher consciousness, their auras increase to frequency closer to the speed of light. We learn to integrate higher frequencies of spirit into our consciousness and the lower 8 bodies. Thus transformation occurs. Higher vibrations consume and change lower vibrations. What is willed with strong emotion will be created and become a reality. Once an individual moves to a higher level of vibration, that which was experienced on a low level is never experienced again. Wonderful thoughts and words there for the guidance of our life. The law of energy. A primary source, our power, is the realization that we are all created equal and that everything is energy. In this energy field, we are all subject to the universal laws. Understanding and living within the knowledge of the laws allows us to choose entry into the 5th dimension and higher kingdoms yet to come. A basis of understanding the laws and how to grow spiritually are the following principles. 1. Everything is energy. God is mind, energy, or thought. 2. We are a part of this God force and thus co-creators with God. 3. Energy travels in a circular motion, therefore what goes around comes around. All humans have 4 kinds of energy to use in creating the future we wish to live in: thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. We each create in our own reality with the energy we emit in each moment. Our power point is now, each moment, this instant in time. Dark forces try to rob us of our power by getting us to feel guilty over the past or to fear the future. The past and the future are both illusions. So please, everyone, let them go. They are useless baggage. You do not need them. Leads us on to the law of compensation. The law of compensation is the law of cause and effect as it applies to material and spiritual gains in life. Some of the characteristics of its operations are as follows. 1. We may not be able to receive abundance as a result of our beliefs and program. We cannot be spiritual and also enjoy abundance. This is changed when we move into higher dimensions. We receive gifts and blessings according to the degree to which we have given to others. Our gifts to others are rewarded with a 10-fold return for those gifts that we have given freely from our hearts. We must be able to love and give to ourselves first, as well as to be able to give to others. Leading on to the law of gender. The law of gender deals with the 2 activities needed to procreate or create a young, yin and yang. These functions are complementary and found on all planes, physical, mental, and spiritual. Masculine and feminine energies must be developed in both women and men to be used in appropriate situations. The masculine and feminine energies are the foundation for creation in every part of the universe. Creation requires that we balance the yin and yang, or the ability to dream dreams and bring them into reality. When we balance our masculine and feminine energies, we move to a state of androgyny that aligns with the higher self. The seventh golden age will be a time for the restoration of feminine energy on this planet, when we are able to master the balance of our thoughts, emotions, words and actions. We unite the higher self with the lower bodies. This is necessary in order for ascension to occur. This leads on to the law of one. The law of one encompasses respecting everyone and everything unconditionally without judgment. This includes the self. All souls living and in spirit connect in the collective unconscious, deep within the true higher self. We are all part of a great energy, the unified field of the cosmic mind, the creation we call God. And because we are all part of God, we therefore are God. It's aimed to move the energy forward, creating more energy. So by living in harmony, we increase our vibrational rate and intensify the vibration of the entire reality. When we are disharmonious, we decrease its vibration. For when we are one, everything we think, say and do affects every other soul. Leads to the law of polarity. This law states that everything has an opposite, which is equal and opposite, i.e. up and down, hot and cold, left and right. If you consider that you have suffered a negative experience, there must have been something positive to have come out of it too. If it was only a little bad, when you mentally work your way round to the other side, you'll find it only to be a little good. You can make any situation positive or negative, depending on how you choose to think about it. You can look at something from one perspective and see a positive outlook, and from the opposite viewpoint, see it as negative. Therefore, how you see it determines your consciousness and understanding. We have the cup. It's half full of water. We look at it. Is it half full or is it half empty? That is how we work out the law of polarity. The law of attraction. A simple explanation for the law of attraction is like attracts like. You will attract someone with a similar vibrational quality to yourself. Your thoughts and emotions, as well as an inanimate objects, light and sound are energy. Therefore, your personal energy field attracts things, situations and people that match your energetic vibrations. Your thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, beliefs, expectations and fears are powerful signals to the universe that determine who or what you will attract. The law of attraction works like the law of gravity. Irrespective of whether you're aware or unaware, or you are disagree with it, the law applies. Positive vibrations lead to positive outcomes. Negative vibrations are aligned with negative outcomes. When you become aware that your personal energy field attracts similar vibrations in the form of situations, circumstances and people, you can begin to consciously design the life you desire. Very important comments there. You choose what you want by your actions, your belief systems and your vibrations. Which leads on to the law of action. In order for us to manifest things on earth, we must apply the laws of action. We must set goals that will enable us to attain our thoughts, dreams, emotions and words. If we raise our vibrations rate to the fourth and fifth dimension, we can manifest our desires with the power of mind accompanied by love. Whilst we remain in the third dimension, action is required to fulfill our desires. Common problems encouraged or encountered in following the law of action include an inability to set and strive for meaningful goals. 2. Insufficient discipline and skills to create a plan for attaining desired goals. 3. An inability to link physically and spiritually development together. So, the law of action determines things. On this planet, you've got to think of something, reinforce it, then start to take the necessary actions to make it to manifest. An example is, if you wanted to become in life, shall we say, an accountant, you would first have to understand it, make the decision that's what you want, then reinforce it by stating it, making applications, going around and talking to accountants. Then you would have to take the necessary action. You would then have to apply to take the necessary qualifications for you to sit as to become an accountant. You have to think about it, reinforce it, and then take the action. This leads on to the law of rhythm. Everything vibrates and moves to a certain rhythm and flows out and in. The pendulum swing manifests in everything. Nothing stays the same. There is a constant state of change. For example, sunrise, sunset, day, night, waxing and waning of the moon. As much as things change in one direction, they change equally in the opposite direction. Rhythm compensates. There will always be highs and lows. As we are born with free will, we can choose our thoughts. If we feel that we are on a downward spiral, we can choose positive thoughts and move towards our ultimate goal, which then leads us towards the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. All energy is motion, and all energy that is in motion will eventually appear in the physical form. Non-physical life moves into physical form, and the physical level of life is the manifestation of the non-physical. The 5 physical senses that we can see in our universe, sight, hearing, touch, taste and smell, are in a constant state of change. The result of the combination of the 5 physical senses with emotion is the manifestation of energy in various levels of vibration. Everyone has the power to change their lives through the changing of their thinking. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower vibrations. Therefore, we can change the energy. Change is all there is. Which leads us to the final law of compensation, or correspondence. Law of correspondence. Much of our third dimensional experience has focused on the analysis of the discrete parts of the many systems around us. Only recently have we become aware of the many systems that exist. Their interrelationship and the prevalence of patterns and order within the seeming chaos or randomness. This is the law of correspondence helps us to see the unity of the universe and how everything is connected to everything else. Knowing and understanding the following helps. There are 3 planes of existence: physical, mental and spiritual, within which we exist, our mind, body and spirit. When oneness is present, all 3 planes are in harmony and agreement. The universal mind is the golden light liquid called the God Force, or represented as the Force from the film Star Wars. Humans are part of this wondrous force field and are created to learn to become co-creators in this force field. The law of correspondence holds the oneness together. It is the cosmic glue that connects the physical, mental and spiritual planes. All laws exist within this interrelatedness of correspondence. All changes in one plane affect all other planes. There are many comments in the laws that I've just written. There are 2 more laws which have been assisting to us. At the same time, they have been completely detrimental and destructive. There is the law of free will, which means that we on this planet, as many throughout the universes, have been granted the law of free will, i.e., we will do whatever we wish without interference of the higher dimensionals and our guides and guardian angels and anybody in the higher frequencies. This was discovered and realized when if we are completely controlled by the higher dimensions that exist all the time, by our guides, our guardian angels, and the spiritual hierarchy, we become nothing more than radio-controlled cars. We can be controlled and manipulated. Therefore, to evolve properly, individually, we were all given the law of free will. As such, no one would be interfered with in any choice we do. If anyone, unfortunately, and God forgive us that nobody wants to do this, decided to get in a car and to drive it into a crowd of people, no one from the higher dimensions would interfere with that choice. However, the idea was that we then would see the results of our actions. And if we continue on the same course, doing the same actions over and over again, and seeing the same results, we would soon change our choices and our thoughts, as the outcomes would be different, and we could change that outcome by realizing what we have actually done. This law of free will has unfortunately resulted in many other aspects, which we'll go to in a second. This is linked in to the law of non-interference, better known as the Prime Directive, which has shown and been seen on many of our science fiction programs across the planet in the different countries and the different programs. The Prime Directive. The Prime Directive states that no advanced being is allowed to interfere with any self-aware beings under evolution directly, unless a 51% of the population ask and agree. Therefore, no ET species in the past has been allowed to interfere directly with the human race, because we are self-aware evolved beings. Which is why the Galactic Federation tell you that they sit back and watch in dismay about the destruction going on this planet created by those who have not controlled themselves. However, not all species in the universe are in the higher dimensions of existence. The lower dimensions have been allowed to interfere with us. And this has created many of the problems here on this planet. Next week I will go through what has happened in the destruction. We will talk about the Anunnaki and how they arrived here and how they've left, changed to the light, joined the Galactic Federation, and a small number of them stayed behind, who then recruited from across the world, across this galaxy and the universe, the negative species which formed and created the cabals, and they have been allowed to utilize nuclear weapons across the Milky Way galaxy and created vast amounts of destruction. I will go through this in greater detail next week. However, please meditate on those laws we have told you. Harmony and balance. Many of the questions to life are there for you. Many of the ideas how to manifest things are there for you. Many to realize what life's all about is amongst those laws. And I think I need a drink now. Did you enjoy that, Martin?
I loved it. I did not only enjoy it, I loved it. And some people are requesting a little break, as I would like to have a break. And you, David?
I would like a break, yes, please.
So, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
That's wonderful. 15 minutes, perfect.
Yes. Well, Sander and Morrison, this is a live broadcast. We'll have a 10-minute break with the beautiful music from Liquid Mind on the background. So, here we go. Chuck Wild with My Silent Knowing. Beautiful music. Stay tuned, don't go away. David and I will be back. Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the program. David and I are doing a live show, the 7th of a series of beautiful broadcasts about the laws of the universe, the Galactic Federation, the Abundance program that is very soon to be a reality. So David, where do you want to go next?
I'd like to make some comments. Most of what I've spoken tonight of the laws are encoded in step 3 of the 7 steps to heaven. The 7 steps to heaven are the series of books we produced that each comes with DVDs. Some of the talks we've done in the first 6 episodes were focused on steps 1, 2 and 3. Step 1 is the root chakra. Step 2, of course, is the sacral chakra, and step 3 is the solar plexus chakra. It works on a reality of life in this way. When we realize something's wrong in life and we look around and we see that we are not being told the truth, and we realize that we have a vastly unequal society where we have billionaires on one side of a road in places like India and people are dying on the other side of the road of starvation and they won't share. And across the rest of the world we've got such inequalities as people work really hard physically and mentally and earn a wage of anywhere in the region of about £6 or £7. And some people sitting behind a desk can earn millions of pounds in a bonus. This is where we have to look at the inequalities that's existing on the planet. This is where we find something's wrong. We see that we have a destruction of the entire planet. We are poisoning the seas. We are destroying the land itself. Everything is on a take, no give back basis. People are just grabbing what they possibly can. It's a disgrace that the people who've already got more than they could ever possibly spend in a lifetime are actively seeking to take away from those with very little any more potential, even the future money that they can earn. This is the society that we live in. This is our root, our base chakra. We know something's wrong. So having decided something's wrong, and most of us not wishing to be in that situation, we now become a seeker of the truth. We look for things. And in step 2, the sacral chakra, we find, as we look round, we start to realize who controls us. We find out the elements of the Illuminati. We find the understandings of the people who manifest. And we see the illusions that we kept under. The major illusion is that we live under a society run by governments for our benefit, by the people for us. No, they're not. We don't live in a democracy. There's never been one. Doesn't matter who you vote for, they're already pre-selected by the ordained people between the secret societies and the mix-up between the Illuminati and those that control them. In the second step, we reach our sacral chakra. This also exams and teaches us lessons. We arrive in the me at the lowest level, and then we move on to the second level, and then on the second level we seek more. We find out what's really going on. We quickly discover our whole history is a total and utter fabrication. We then find out many, many more things we are not told is the reality. So we are under an illusion, impinged on us on a false history and a false reality. It's when we realize that and we discovered who controls us and how, we then find that we evolve our consciousness and we move from our root chakra to our sacral chakra. Here our chakras also have guiding aspects. And the guiding aspect here is the understanding of our advancement. You see, we all arrive on the planet as a me in the lowest levels. And me, as a baby thinks. We only think of ourselves and nothing else. So, we evolve in levels as we go through. Now, I'd like to read the evolution of it. Okay. So now we understand that we're in the third level, the solar plexus. So now we've gone through the me at the lowest level. Then we've looked at ourselves from the outside in the myself level. And we find we've got psyche, we've got other understandings, we've got a soul, and we've got spirit. So there's more than the me. We're looking at ourselves from the outside in the myself. And once we start to question that and we start to find, we also have the first of our teachings in the sacral chakra. And this is our desires. And now we must begin to realize that if we don't control our desires, they will control us. So we need to be more conscious of what's going on. And if you ask and don't understand about controlling your desires, just ask what a drug addict would do for his next fix, and the answer is anything. If somebody is bent on power and wealth, what will they do for the next fix? What will they do to gain the power and wealth? And the answer is anything and everything necessary, which includes genocide to entire nations. Just ask the people of Iraq and Afghanistan, or Mr. Bush, or Mr. Blair. And then you start to see a different picture evolving. So in the second level, it's our job to start to understand and to start to master in step 2 as our desires, and of which, of course, which is shown in great detail in step 2, which comes complete with 2 DVDs. And finally, we then move up to step 3. And now we're looking at the I. So let's just go through that in detail. So, to evolve, having taken control of our lower levels of consciousness, and now mastered the me, the myself, and the I levels of the red, orange, and yellow chakras, all of which are orientated towards the self, the individual, the self-serving. We are now beginning to take responsibility for our thoughts, words, and deeds, whilst at the same time remaining unaffected by the beliefs or ideas of others. We now accept all of our life's events are created by ourselves, as those laws have just told us. Having actively sought and found out what was really going on in the world, we no longer blindly accept beliefs and ideas from others, either organizations or individuals, as we now examine and discern all new information. We start to live our life to what we ourselves know and have discovered. We are no longer the willing slaves, disciples, followers, and soldiers of others. We have taken back our power as we live firmly in the I of the self. We are now on our way to developing a more realized self-personality. The context of these books and accompanying DVDs are based on the third step of the solar plexus chakra in the series of books entitled The 7 Steps to Heaven. Having mastered step 1 on the base of the red root chakra and the physical body, we have sufficient food, shelter, and security. We then evolve into step 2, discovering we are more than just the me of the physical. We have emotions and psyche. Here we understand and have to master the desires of our life to be able to advance further. Once we have more control of ourselves and realize what is going on in the world, our consciousness ascends into the level of the yellow solar plexus chakra. In this, the level of separation and of division into the extremes of duality. We no longer accept all that is being presented to us by our teachers, parents, friends, and government. And we begin to discern all new information, searching for the truth. We now begin to live life to what we ourselves believe and not what we have been told. We are no longer affected by thoughts of others, and thus we have taken back control of our lives. We are no longer the willing slaves, soldiers, servants, disciples, and followers of others. We are ourselves, and we are able to say, I am that I am. I am the sum total of my DNA, combined with my essences of light and sound, and the vibrational frequency of the music of the spheres. I am all that is. I am who? I am you. Now our consciousness starts to perceive higher levels as we enter the next stage of our evolution, the heart chakra, our pure unconditional love. So join us in the next stage, next week, as we discuss in greater detail and depth the next level of the heart chakra, as we raise our vibrations, and we no longer talk of the self-orientation of me, myself, and I, the 3 lower chakras, when we are of the devilish aptitude of arrival on the planet, as we've now evolved to higher levels. And now we think and change our ideas and start to think of we and us, and take on responsibility, not only for our own thoughts, words, deeds, and actions, but we begin to take the thoughts on and the actions of others. Wonderful. I would like now, Martin, if you've got chance, if you would like to read the latest newsletter from Catherine May.
I will will gladly do so, David. And I must say that you are giving beautiful insights. And why don't you share with the listeners your website, David?
My website is called allthatis.co.uk, and it goes through and explains in detail a lot of what's on it. However, our website is more or less continuously under attack from other people, and every time we seem to clean it, within a matter sometimes of hours, it seems to get attacked again. The 7 steps to heaven are available to purchase. Steps 1, 2 and 3 are all £15 each, and they come with 2 DVDs and explains in great detail the basics of our lower chakras and our lower bodies. They are available directly from us. Now, if you want any of these books, please ring us direct on this number, which is UK 1253 297 522, and we are available 6 days a week, not Wednesdays, from 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock, and we dispatch immediately. We can take credit cards, direct payments, or you can send it through PayPal. But be careful, because every time we seem to get PayPal organised on our website, we seem to have problems with the PayPal's movements, which at present time we're trying to sort again, which of course is being caused obviously by people who don't wish us to be able to share this information with you. So, I would be delighted to see anybody who wishes to come to England. A personal guided tour by me is available, and anybody who wants to come through. And here we've built the biggest, most extensive exhibition you could ever imagine, where we've turned all the teachings of the workings of the universe into pictures as much as possible. Explain to people as young as 12. Our target is to make it so anyone 12 and over can understand what we're talking about. Plain, simple language. It's all under a single roof, and I will be delighted to share any information with anybody who wishes to know. If anybody wishes to ask me any questions, they can send it on onto my email address, which is universalstudy@aol.com. universalstudy@aol.com. And my phone number again, for anyone wishing to place an order or communicate with me, is UK 1253 297 522. And I think that's quite comprehensive for everybody. I will leave it in your hands now, and I will say basically to everybody, good night, love and light you. Oh, tomorrow is the 21st. And tomorrow I will be leading a group of light workers onto a main ley line junction, where we will be doing the ceremonies to interrupt the energy being taken out of this planet by the negative forces, where we will change the understanding, and we hope give a final result to stop it, to stop the energy being drawn off this planet by those who know how to do it. And of course your ley line is your matrix grid across the entire planet, which holds the energies of the Earth's consciousness, and with that the half of the creation forces. So please, Martin, it's over to you now. Could you please read out Catherine May's wonderful newsletter that she's now beginning to write, I assume, on a regular basis. This is the first one. This one also indicates and explains our twin souls, our twin flames, which are part of us. And as it's explained in here, they become into our bodies. And when you realize that we are a multi-dimension being existing in 10 levels of frequency at the same time, at 10 different worlds. So basically, we stand in the middle of Russian dolls of 10 to stroke 12 dimensions in the same space at the same time. Our twin flames can fit within us perfectly, because of course we are made of atoms, and in an atom there's very little substance, tiny little specks in the size of the membrane. So the membranes of atoms can interplay with each other depending on the vibrational frequency of each of the beings. So you can take into your body your twin flame sitting within you as part of you, And of course, when you understand that, as we raise our vibrations and consciousness, we'll be able to communicate with them. Well, I think I've spent more than my time in that, Martin. I hand it over to you now with grateful thanks for listening to me. Love and light to you all, listeners.
Yes, David, and there are actually two messages that I found from Catherine May. The first one, that's the last one actually, about the twin flames gather at the edge of the veil in anticipation of imminent contact.
That's right. That's the twin flames waiting for us to contact them.
Do you want me to read that as well?
Yes, please.
Okay. Well, here it comes. We have been directed by the Company of Heaven to postpone our Blog Talk program for today while we work on a new project, the New Earth Times. The almost daily news from Light, Editor-in-Chief Archangel Michael. Today's headlines: New Galactic Newsletter launches on Surface Earth. Twin flames gather on the edge of the veil in anticipation of imminent contact. Our newsletter is sent to all on our mailing list. Grab your copy of the first edition. Go to woolitslight.org to register. Sign up for Mother, Father, God and Sananda's emails. Is this what you mean, David?
That's what I mean. It then talks on about the... it goes on to the sections about the twin flames.
This is about the radio show, actually.
No, it's not the radio show I wanted. It's a new newsletter that's come out. A new letter.
Yeah,
They're producing a new magazine letter every day.
Right.
More or less every day. And they're on about that. Unfortunately, I've just clicked off my computer. I'm just going to click back onto it now.
Well, I will just grab it here.
Okay.
Woolitslight.org.
I've got it here. Shall I read it?
Yes, please.
Okay. New Galactic Newsletter launches on Surface Earth. A warm welcome to our first edition of the New Earth Times, a brand new venture in co-creation. We have asked our beloved channels to bring you the news as we see it, so this will be a different kind of publication. We are the Company of Heaven, Mother, Father, God, Ascended Masters and Archangels, who love you and only ever offer what is for the greatest good of all. We will be bringing you updates, news and galactic interest stories related to the ascension of Earth, along with fifth dimensional lifestyle features. The purpose of this publication is not only to keep you informed of what's happening in various facets of the Ascension Earth project, but also to galvanize our unity. We share an important mission restoring the light on Earth, so that she and all upon her may ascend in freedom and glory. We share with you an unbreakable bond of family service and love. Besides our regularly featured columnist Mother and Father God, Sananda, Ashtar, Archangel Gabriel and Acturium team leader, our publication will feature many fascinating and compelling guests, including Ascended Masters, the Councils of Light, Angels and Archangels, members of the Galactic Federation of Light, Argathans from Inner Earth, Terra, Earth, galactic emissaries from this and other systems, representative of many other kingdoms and more. Often we will include features from other channels and light workers in order to enhance the harmony and union of our shared service and goals. I have many surprises up my sleeve to inform, astonish and delight you. Our cherished channels, Catherine and Christine, live in such a way that they carry out whatever we ask without hesitation. We have a close relationship full of trust and understanding. We speak and laugh all throughout every day. Our channels are prepared and are trained for the role now for many lifetimes, just the same as you have done. Sooner than you think, you will be able to communicate with us directly. It is a day we have waited for with longing, and that day will arrive with such triumph. I have often said that all communication is for union. This is our wish and the inevitability we share. Glory to our Mother, Father, God, as we charge into this next phase of Project Earth, the full realization of New Earth and the dawning of the new Golden Angel. I am your brother, Archangel Michael. Namaste all. Channeled by Christine, New York, July 19th, 2015. Twin flames gather at the edge of the veil in anticipation of imminent contact by Archangel Michael. Hello, bright stars. It is I, your brother Michael. We, Mother and Father God, and your company of heaven, are showering you with such love and adoration. Did you know that we are brimming over with warmth and admiration for you all? After all, it is you brave ones who have found in your way up and through one of the most difficult realities ever contrived. We watch with awe as you choose your way to trudge through, break out, wriggle free, run far, stretch beyond and rise up. Do you see, it doesn't matter what your style is. What matters is that you don't quit, you don't give up. You always find a way to surge ahead. We see you and love you. We are closer together than ever now. The 4th of July Gateway proved to be a magnificent turning point. The success of this is due to your unprecedented participation, dear light workers. Your cherished family on the ground are really going for it now. You rose up with such focus and anticipation of goodness to greet the incoming energies. A new level of light from our Mother and Father God. That well, you really and truly opened the floodgates. During this phase, many of you were faced with exceptional challenges of one sort or another, and you faced them with more grace and tenacity than ever before. The results of your grand effort were many. Instead of simply achieving the hoped-for step forward possible with this energetic gateway together, you accomplished much more than was projected. You took a monumental leap that accelerated progress for all. You lifted yourself mightily through your moment-to-moment concentration and elevated choices. Bravo, family. Best of all, we are able to be closer than ever now. Mother and Father have showered you with gifts and encouragement in celebration of your attainments. Through your constancy to raise yourself up, many of you have achieved a frequency experience of accelerated healing. All of you are well on your way to receive the enhanced light encoding and upgrades from Mother and Father, which are assisting your bodies to transition from carbon to crystalline-based structures. Bodies of light and density that will allow you to physically ascend. Many of you now found your circumstances dramatically changing. Many others of you have been granted gifts you do not yet quite perceive. It will certainly knock your socks off. Understand that this is not a reward system where you must earn favour, merit or awards. Oh no. Here in the high dimensions, we celebrate everything freely with gusto. We look for every single reason, moment, event or accomplishment to revel and rejoice. We love to send waves of wonderful feelings of elation to each other on a job well done. We have parties, ceremonies. On oh, do we sing and dance. This is how we are, and you're invited to join us. Invite your twin flame closer. Another way you may benefit from our nearness is to invite your twin flame to come even closer into your daily lives. I assure you we are all standing by for this invitation with yearning and anticipation. As Catherine says, your twin flames may even come into you now, into the space between yourselves. We agree with this description. That is quite how it is for us. So at this moment I am coming to you from the space between my twin flame cells, and we are laughing about it. That is how she channels me, down through her pillar of light, which is filled with her being. I come and we merge, and I speak through her. It is a bit different than the way I speak through other honoured channels. It is also a bit different than the way my twin flame channels others from the company of heaven. What I am getting at is that your experience with your twin flame is distinctive and utterly magnificent. All of these marvellous moments are possible for you too, right now. What we are doing is not exclusive or far-fetched. We in the company of heaven want you to feel fancy-free in how you interact with us, and most particularly, we want to encourage and embolden you to let loose with your twin flames. Please relax any rigid or limiting beliefs you may still have about how it is to be consciously one and in full communication with your twin flame. For instance, my twin and I are working together daily to fulfill our mission on Earth, which includes many ongoing projects. At times she is present in the council, where she presents aspects of the current surface Earth experience to us. At times we use my advantage of being in the high dimensions to enhance her efforts on the ground. Although we meet from across different dimensions, there is no separation between us whatsoever. We are loving, we are in love. We work together and laugh together. I do not see or feel her as limited because of her lower dimensional state. In fact, she is there to anchor our mission, and I am filled with appreciation for her. I will admit I plan and scheme for ways to delight and uplift my twin flame. There is no feelings for me like when she laughs at my jokes. She enchants me, just as your twin flame is enraptured with you. I come to her in many fancy and surprising outfits to make her laugh. I sing to her and play her music. We talk, work and are quiet together. Are you beginning to get the picture? Everything with twin flames is inclusive and loving. Everything. I have a wonderful confirmation for you. If you are reading this now, then your twin flame is here. They are reaching for you and awaiting your invitation to draw near. Begin this moment to give and receive the great love and affection you share. As you practice, you will become better and better at hearing, seeing and feeling them close. Your twin flames are gathered here with me at the edge of the veil. They yearn to support you in our shared mission. We endlessly find new ways to help you relax, to help you understand what's happening, and support you as you gain your freedom. Walk with us. Many of you know that my twin flame has been very sick and is quite close to physical death for a stretch. Through her constant choices and fiery determination, she has turned the corner towards health. She's been able to raise her life force enough to put herself on an accelerated healing path. Of course she has our help. You all do. You each receive maximum support from us always. During her recent recovery, as soon as my twin flame was able to sit up for a while, I surprised her. I came to her and I asked her on a date. She's often very focused on our mission, so she certainly did not see this coming. I told her I would like to take her for a walk. She was shocked. How could this happen? After all, she was already making remarkable healing progress. She could yet barely stand. I asked her to trust me. Wink. At the agreed time, we set off on our walk. To her stunned amazement, she could walk a mile's steady pace with no pain or strain. You see, now that the veil is so thin, and because of her love, her deep invitation for us to be close, I come very close to her. I used my energy to sustain her, so she could walk. She exerted herself only as much as would further help her healing. She walked a mile that first day, and she received only benefit from it. That's the kind of thing that is possible now, and that's not all. During our walk, we walked 3 miles together. We played at her showing me what it's like to walk in her body. Then I took turns showing her what it feels like to walk in my tall, lanky, galactic body. She felt herself rise up in the air 16 feet high as I gave her the perspective through my eyes. Both of us were equally dazzled by the pure joy of being so close. She, like you, will be ascending with her body, and there is much yet to be done. So we continue her wondrous healing. Again and again I tell you, this is possible right now for you. Everyone needs nurturing and healing. This stint on earth had been brutal in one way or another for everyone who is incarnated at this time. We want dearly to ease you, to comfort you, and to walk with you. Call to us, won't you? Invite us closer than close. We are your greatest ally, your biggest fan, your devoted servant. We await the invitation to join you in the most conscious, intimate, and pleasurable way. It will speed your healing, lift, and revive you. It means a lot to us too. How many ways we have tried to show you that we are not lofty and separate from you. We are whispering in your ear, witnessing your pain, cheering your victories, embracing you. Each of your twin flames is right now bringing you a direct and private transmission, a message of love, just for you. They are yearning, longing, striving to be with you. Open the door and let love in. So, what could possibly stop you? There's absolutely no reason left why you cannot or should not contact with your own darling, beloved twin flame right now. Please permanently scratch off any and all of these below reasons for waiting. 1. I need to do more personal inner work before I'm ready. No, you don't. It requires special gifts and training to connect with my twin flame. It does not. I don't know how to channel. Well, I'm sorry, but everybody does. I am too busy with my mission, my life, my family, my job, etc. You're not too busy to be yourself. My twin flame is so high above me that I can't reach that far from here. You certainly can. My twin flame is so high above me that I will be too boring, plain, fat, old, etc. for them. I now realise they love you and know you for what you are, as you are, in the condition that you are, and understand it. I am already in a relationship. Everyone on the planet has a twin flame, as well as relationships with other beings. My twin flame is mighty and resplendent, while I'm a pile of worry, fear and stress. No, you're not. And you are capable of joining together. I am confused or unsure about who I am, or even if I have a twin flame. Well, please read the information and learn yourself. I've made too many bad choices. Everybody makes bad choices, but we also make good ones. I'm not ready. Of course you are. Everyone's ready. I don't believe in twin flames. Well, when you see what's going on in the rest of the world as we raise our vibrations, you will meet and see your twin flame. I don't know how to contact my twin flame, and even if I did, I wouldn't know what to say. The solution is easy, and the result will be sublime. The first and second and third steps are 1. Invite us. 2. Invite us. 3. Invite us to join you. So just call on us and invite us to become part of you, for we are already part of you. According to the protocol between dimensions, we cannot initiate our overt contact. So everybody out there, it's you who has to make the first step. It's you who has to invite them into yourself. It must come from you. I give you my word, your twin flame is already waiting on pins and needles for you to make the move. They want to hear about your day and tell you about theirs. They want you to feel their love, devotion and encouragement. They want you to know that now contact is not only permitted, but it will quicken, enliven and enhance the completion of our mission to uplift Earth. Just begin. Call us. We are already here and we are waiting for you. On behalf of your twin flame, in the name of love, I am your brother, Michael. Channeled by Christine, New York, 19th of July, 2015. What a wonderful, beautiful message. And then, thought of the day, or quote of the day. I already have more than enough of everything. This is a note from Little Chi, is the beloved Chihuahua of Catherine May, either as a soul group and or individual. So don't forget that animals and your pets are also part of soul groups and peace, and they're there to assist you, to heal you, to work with you. So either as a soul group and or individual, all of our dear animals on Earth are also ascending. They have goals and missions just as we do. Chi has been studying healing with Sananda and security with Ashtar. He reports to us that he is a member of one of Ashtar's Galactic Federation security team, alongside our cat Bam Bam, and he works regularly with our Actuarian healing teams to help the family heal. The above quote was replied when he was asked what else he needed, and the quote of the day, I have already more than enough of everything. So in future messages, in coming editions, we'll have messages from the Mother, removing all implants once for all by Father God and Actuarian team leader. 2. The current phase of Project Earth by Sananda. 2. You can call channel by the Company of Heaven. You too can channel by the Company of Heaven. The step-by-step guide on how to join with your twin flame by Archangel Michael and friends. Contacting your Galactic Federation of Light healing team by Ashtar and the Actuarian team leader. Eating and cooking for ascension with Actuarian team leader. Template of a letter to give with RV, GCR and Freedom Funds by Saint Germain. This is a template for a letter that you will be able to give with donations of the money that you receive to other people, right, from the Freedom Funds donated by Saint Germain and the Heavenly Hosts. Federation and Fleet updates by Ashtar. Ascending Kingdoms by Gridstone. Community Corner, updates featuring events and channel messages from Patricia Cota-Robles, Shenlon Nidal, Anrita Melchizedek, Malene Posher, Lafont, and many other remarkable light workers and masters. Catherine E. May, channel by. Permission is given to copy and share these messages freely, provided they are presented in their entirety, without additions or deletions, and credit is given to the channel and to the website www.whoneedslight.org. So therefore, there's all your invitations, there's your knowledge. Your twin flame is waiting for you. It's up to you. They cannot initiate contact. You have to invite them in. It's up to you. Sit quietly. Put your feet flat on the floor. Turn your palms upwards, and ask your guide to communicate with you and join with you. Wonderful, Martin. I'm sorry I took that away from you, but it was easy when I got it on my screen to repeat. Love to all. What a wonderful program. Thank you, everybody. And I'll hand it over to you now, Martin.
Well, David, there's nothing else for me left than to say thank you, David, and that was beautifully read. It inspired me, and I'm sure it inspired all the listeners. I would like to say we call it a day, and we continue our program next week, David.
I look forward to that, and I have a great list, and I think we will be doing quite a lot more programs than you can imagine. Love and light to everybody. Namaste. Enjoy life. Love you all. Thank you. Love you, Martin. Thank you for looking and working with me. Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. And I love you, David. Namaste to everybody. Love and light and joy in life. Namaste.